Hello Annabelle and Oscar, it's Granny.
Hello Annabelle and Oscar.
And Grandpa. Lots of love from us. Hope school's going well for both of you. That was such a big go, wasn't it, Granny?
Wasn't it
for
just?
first day in kindergarten, first
Absolutely.
week in kindergarten. Gosh. And I know you've been out, Mummy's been telling us that you've been out doing some lovely walks, so that must be nice too. So I'm going to read some more from the Wild Wolf Pup, and Granny's going to go and sort some lunch, I expect.
I am going to go and sort some lunch.
That'll be lovely.
Anyway, lots of love to you all.
See you in a minute, Granny. So, we were just hearing last time that Zoe had gone to Great Uncle Horace's house, hadn't he? And there'd been a lot of howling, and suddenly there was a lovely little wolf pup, and he's beautiful, said Zoe, stroking the wolf pup's head. He was about the size of a small dog with a dark grey coat, pointed ears and a fluffy tail. His ears and furry paws looked a little bit too big for him, as he needed to grow into them. Zoe smiled at him, and the pup gave a bark and then jumped up at her playfully, trying to lick her face. I think he's decided he likes you, Zoe, laughed Lucy. The pup rolled on his back excitedly, and Zoe giggled and leaned down to tickle his soft, fluffy belly. The little wolf yapped happily, wriggling around and wagging his tail. Then he jumped up, nudged her arm with his head, and dashed off into the room, turning to see if she was following him. He wants to play chase with me, Zoe realised, standing up and giggling. He's so funny. I knew you'd like each other, said Great Uncle Horace, nodding happily. Perhaps you could think of a name for him, Zoe. You're always good at that. Zoe chased the little pub around the room until she was breathless. Even Meep joined him, although he scampered quickly up onto Zoe's shoulder when the wolf pup turned around and started chasing Meep, his little tail wagging excitedly. There they are, look. There's Zoe with Meep on her shoulder and the little wolf pup. And of course there's a pumpkin there because it's nearly pumpkin time, nearly Halloween. Where will he live, Great Uncle Horace? Zoe asked. The rescue zoo had a pack of Arctic wolves, but no grey wolves like the new pup. There's a spare enclosure next door to Luna and her family, Great Uncle Horace explained. So I sent a message to Ethan and some of the other keepers a week ago and asked them to start getting it ready. I made sure they didn't tell you both, as I wanted it to be a surprise. We should be able to take the pup over there tonight. I'll call Ethan on my walkie-talkie and ask him to meet us there. I still need to check on that poorly pelican, said Lucy, so I'll go and have a look at his foot, and then we'll take the pup to his new home. Oh yes, poor pelican. I'll join you, Great Uncle Horace said. He's in one of the rooms upstairs. Great Uncle Horace is a bit strange, isn't he? Because he keeps animals in his house. Ah, well, you have an animal too now, don't you? A new member of the family, Bluey. He looks very, very cuddly, and I bet you love him to bits. Why don't I stay here with the wolf pup? Zoe offered quickly. With her mum and Great Uncle Horace out of the room, she'd be able to speak to the pup without anyone guessing her secret. She waited until their voices were a distant murmur, then turned back to the little wolf. My name's Zoe, she said in a friendly whisper, and this is Meep, my best friend. What's your name? The wolf, excuse me. The wolf pup's tail started wagging even more eagerly when he realised Zoe could talk to him. He jumped up and put his front paws against her legs and gave a happy bark. Shadow, replied Zoe, grinning down at little wolf. That's a perfect name for you because of your lovely grey coat. There we are, look, there's Shadow standing up on Zoe's knees. He must be very cuddly. We're really glad you've come to live at the rescue zoo, Shadow. Do you like it so far? Shadow gave another eager bark. Good, and you're right, there are lots of places to explore here, said Zoe, smiling, and I think you'll like your lovely new enclosure too. It's right next door to some other wolves, and you'll get to see it tonight, as soon as... Suddenly Meep's ears pricked up. Zoe, someone's coming, he told her urgently. Zoe quickly stopped talking just as her mum walked back into the room. I forgot my medical bag, she explained, picking it up. She tilted her head to one side and paused before speaking again. It's funny, Zoe. I heard you chatting to the pup just a moment ago, and it sounded as if he was barking back at you. Almost as if you were talking to one another. Well, of course she was. Oh no! Zoe stared at her mum in horror. Had Lucy guessed her secret? Chapter 5. Shadow's New Home. He's so sweet, isn't he? Before Zoe could think of an excuse, her mum chuckled. Silly me, she said, shaking her head. Can you imagine you and the wolf pup having a conversation? As she left again, Zoe let out a sigh of relief. That was close, whispered Meep. I know, admitted Zoe. I'd better be more careful, Meep. Once Lucy had given the pelican a check-up and some more medicine, they were ready to take the pup to the new grey wolf enclosure. Can I carry him? Zoe asked hopefully. Of course, replied Great Uncle Horace, and helped her pick the little wolf up. Zoe kept one arm securely round his body so that he didn't fall, but made sure he could sit upright and see everything around him. This was going to be Shadow's first view of the zoo, and she knew he would want to get a good look. As they walked through the zoo, lots of animals peered curiously over the fences of their own enclosures to have a look at the new arrival and to call out a friendly greeting. The pup was very excited to see so many new faces and wriggled eagerly in Zoe's arms, wagging his tail and letting out little barks and louder, longer howls. Can you howl, Annabelle? Oscar? Howl! I think it's rather good. She had to concentrate to make sure she didn't drop him. Oh, I've thought of a name for the wolf pup, Zoe told her mum and Great Uncle Horace, smiling at Meep. Shadow. Excellent, replied Great Uncle Horace, and a rather mysterious, spooky-sounding name too, which I think suits a wolf perfectly. Years ago, people were rather frightened of wolves, you know, Zoe. That's why they were often the wicked character in fairy tales, like Red Riding Hood. He shook his head. There they all are, look, walking down to the new enclosure for Shadow. And Zoe's there, look, holding tight to Shadow. How lovely. To look at this adorable little chap, it's hard to believe, isn't it? But sadly, grey wolves were almost hunted to extinction at one point. That's terrible, isn't it? That's awful, said Zoe, cuddling Shadow even tighter. How could anyone have been afraid of something as gorgeous as this? It's a pity Shadow won't have any other wolves to live with, said Lucy. Wolves always form packs and they're very social creatures. I'm worried that Shadow might find it very lonely here without any companions. Great Uncle Horace nodded. Yes, I've been thinking the very same thing. Don't worry, my dear. I do have a plan. I can't say any more just yet, though. Zoe and Lucy glanced at each other. He was being very mysterious. They soon arrived at the enclosure. It was designed to look like a beautiful sprawling wood full of tall trees with reddish-brown cones hanging from their branches. These are Sitka spruce trees, Great Uncle Horace explained. They're the most important tree found in Alaska, so hopefully they will help Shadow to feel at home. Zoe breathed in deeply as they stepped inside. She thought it smelled amazing in the enclosure, fresh and piney, like being inside a real forest. Shadow seemed to like it too. His ears pricked up and he was sniffing the air eagerly. Zoe placed him gently on the ground and straight away he started dashing around exploring. Just then the wolf keeper, Ethan, arrived. Hello everyone, he called, waving. I've been so looking forward to meeting this little fellow. Wow, look how cute he is. Does he have a name yet? He's called Shadow, Zoe told him. Well, I hope Shadow likes his new home, said Ethan. I brought him a little welcome present too. He held up a red bouncy ball which he rolled gently across the ground towards Shadow. The little pup gave it a curious sniff, patted it with his paws, and then he leapt onto it excitedly, howling and barking. Meep, who had been sitting on the floor of the enclosure, had to scuttle quickly out of the way. He ran up Zoe's leg and up onto her shoulder as Shadow raced after the ball, leaping in the air and pouncing on it over and over again. And there they all are, look, watching Shadow chasing after the ball. So there's Zoe and Ethan, the keeper, and Lucy, Zoe's mum, and Great Uncle Horace. That's fantastic. Don't worry, Meep, Zoe whispered with a smile. He's just playing. I think he likes that game, chuckled Great Uncle Horace, as they all watched Shadow playing boisterously. So there it is. That's just the bit we'll end on today, and then we'll continue next week with more readings from the Wild Wolf Pup. So it's lots of love to you, Annabelle and Oscar, and Mummy and Daddy, and hope you're all having a good time, and hope to see you soon. So it's bye from me, lots of love to you all, and bye from Granny too, and lots of love from her. Lots of love, bye.